But today I'm here to talk about something very, very serious. Some things that you may not even be aware of what's going on in your life. Back in 2016, I was diagnosed with Lichen Planus. I'm pretty sure you don't know what Lichen Planus is, so I'm going to break it down a little bit. Lichen planus is a skin disorder that they do not know where it comes from. I will attach a photo toward the end of the video to show you like some of the causes that they think it comes from, but my doctor specifically said that I was mine came on during from stress. So back in this time, back in 2016, I want to say from maybe 14, the latter part of 13, I was in a relationship with a person who I was going to marry. I was engaged, and if you read my shirt, this was made during that time that I was no longer engaged. It's officially on the market. I didn't say I do. 5/29/17. 5/29. 5/26/17. So during that time, I I worked a lot of hours. Don't get me wrong. Anybody that knows me, I was the queen of overtime. So I was working a lot, and I kind of just thought like, maybe it was because I was working. But let me just kind of slow down. So back, I want to say 2015, 2016. This was 17. So it had to be 2016. Maybe 15. I'm not quite sure the year, 15 or 16. I had went to Mexico, and I came back. I went with the fiance at the time, and I came back, and I noticed I had a patch, if you want to call it, like in between my legs on my upper thigh. And I was like, First thing I immediately thought, I was like, I hope this nigga ain't give me nothing. What the fuck is this? So, went to the doctor, and I was like, I went to the dermatologist, and they said, oh, it's, I forgot the name they called it at first. It begins with a D. And it itched a little bit. And she said, well, usually this comes on set between individuals between teenage years and 30s. Now, I think upon that time, I was already reaching my 40s. So I was like, I didn't really see how I fit into that criteria. And they was like, just leave it alone. She gave me some topical cream. She said, hey, it'll go away. Don't worry about it. So I said, okay. So I was using this topical cream. But it just kept getting worse. So I started noticing spots in different parts of my body, and it itched. And when I tell you guys it itched tremendously. Like I was scratching and literally felt like I was ripping off my skin. Now by this time, I'm like, listen, I would say maybe a couple of months had gone by, and I was like, this can't be right. So I went back to the doctor, the same doctor that I saw. She was pregnant, so this was the second time that I saw her. Again, she gave me a different topical cream and told me, give it some time. It'll go away on its own. So I know for certain this was before October 2016. So I want to say this was 2016 summer. Yes, 2016 summer. So we're looking at tentatively, I want to say August. I went to another dermatologist because at this point it had spread tremendously over my body. The skin was raised, which they're called lesions, were raised. At this point, I was out of my mind. I was overly stressed. I was still going to work. I was still doing a lot of overtime. It had spread all over my body, just pretty much my extremities, so my arms, my legs. And when I show you the pictures, and when you see the pictures, you're gonna be like, damn, like damn. So I went back to the doctor, but again, I told you the initial dermatologist that I saw, she was in fact pregnant. So I went to see another doctor who was a great male dermatologist. And he said, listen, I don't think it is, I really don't remember the name that they diagnosed me with before. Like I said, it began with a D, derma something. He said, no, I don't think that's what this is. And he biopsied one of the lesions. So he gave me a medication to take. It was an oral medication, a pill. I believe it begins with a P. I know I'm not helping y'all with the medications and exact dates, but you'll get the gist once everything is done. Percocet. Was it Percocet? Not sure. But whatever it was, I only could take it for 7 days because they said it's not good for you to take it past the 7 days, and it's supposed to help with the itching. Now, this was the mid-October, because I do remember, I believe it was October 15th, October 16th. At that time, a loved one of mine had passed away. So now I'm stressing even more. I'm in disbelief. So between my relationship failing, the condition that I had that nobody could tell me what was going on with me, and then finding out that someone who was true and dear to me had died, right? I was in total chaos. And the following day, that's why I said I get those 2 days, the 15th and 16th confused, because then I left for Aruba. So what happened was, just to fill you in why I was leaving for Aruba, that's where I was supposed to be getting married at. And that's where I had an appointment to go meet with some of the vendors and during that time, and I took my vacation. So I went, what else would I do but go to Aruba and talk to the people and also have vacation? However, I ended up going alone because at this point my relationship was dissolved. I was no longer going to marry the fiance, but I was already booked on my trip, and I was gonna go because I spent my money and I wanted to go. And when I left, it was the day before, so yeah, it was the 15th that my loved one had passed away. So the 16th I left and I went to Aruba. While I was there, the arrangements were being made for the funeral, so I was not able to come back, and I really don't think my mental state would have even allowed me to be back for that service. So I took the time, went to Aruba, try to get my mind together. Now, while I was there, of course, in the islands, I spoke to some women, and they're like, oh, just go in the salt water. It'll take care of it. You'll be fine. Bathe every night in the salt water. Go out to the ocean. Take a bath, and not literally bath, but just like they wanted me to submerge myself in the salt water. Don't take a bath. Let it sleep in it, and then rinse it off in the day. They just knew that was the cure for it, and aloe. So I was like, oh, okay. So I tried that. I changed my diet. So I was like, listen, it got to be something that I'm eating, so I did not eat meat. I didn't eat, I tried to limit as much processed food as possible. But then again, like I said, I was working so many hours. So I could not eat, but I did the best that I could. Okay. So now moving forward, I come back from Aruba. I see the doctor. The biopsy report is in. Biopsy report states what the doctor thought initially, which was I had Lichen Planus. So as you will see in the pictures to follow, what Lichen Planus looks like. So it's a skin disorder, which they don't know where it comes from. There is no cure for it. All they can do is give you something to kind of aid you in terms of the condition to subside on its own. And that's what it did. It eventually subsided on its own. So while the Lichen Planus is active in your body, the lesions are raised. So you will see the difference in the pictures from pictures when they are raised. That means I was active and the disease was active and present in my body. The way one of the things, aside from that medication that the doctor gave me, I had to take UV light treatment as well. where I stood completely naked in this box and let the UV light rays hit me so that it can kind of help heal the lesions. That is a form of treatment, but it does not work for everyone. And they don't know how many treatments it will take if it does work, in fact. So one of the things the doctor told me when he saw me initially, and this is the second dermatologist that I'm talking about, was that he was just really amazed in how bad my condition was. He did not know what could have caused this except me being overly stressed. So the 2 points of this video is to say to you that, sis, when you are stressed, you're stressed, and it comes out in so many different ways. Some people hair fall out, some people lose weight, some people gain weight, but this attacked me internally, attacked my body because I was stressed. I was going through a lot in my relationship, still trying to put on a great face to be at work and still do what I do as far as go to work, got that money, grind for my kids, and come home, and literally being in agony because I can't describe to you the pain and that I went through every day. Like, there was some co-workers of mine that I shared the scars with while I was going through it, and they were very confident and just like, girl, it'll be all right. But I mean, I would scratch so much, and then a lot of people didn't understand, but it would be 100 degrees because this disease actually stays with you for up to like 5 years. Like, once the lesions go down, it's not active anymore, so it doesn't itch anymore. But until it goes away, and I'm gonna say maybe with the UV light treatment, it took me about maybe 5 months for it to completely, be lowered in terms of no longer raised and not itching. But I was itching at work, so I was wearing long sleeves in the summer, and in my job, when you wear a long sleeve shirt, you gotta wear a tie. So I was hot as hell. And of course, I'm not telling people my business. I'm embarrassed because the scars are horrific. Like, they looked like lesions to the point where, like, I thought, I can't even describe it. So moving forward, now the lesions are now flat. They're starting to fade, but to a very, very minimal amount of fading. Doctor told me that they may or may not go away, the scars. And at this point, this is 2020, I'm in year 4, and they have diminished slightly, but the scars are still there. And it took me a very, very long time, a very, very long time to deal with the scarring. I mean, after this all had happened, so when me and the fiance broke up, I wouldn't date. I didn't want to be bothered with anybody because I felt so ugly. Like, I couldn't believe, like, if you see these scars, you're like, what dude gonna want to deal with you? They gonna be like, yo, what's wrong with you, sis? What's going on? So I was like, aside from me being ashamed, embarrassed, so I wouldn't see anyone. So for 2 years, I was purely celibate. I didn't date. I threw myself into my business. And that is exactly how I became the monstrous entrepreneur that you know me to be, because I didn't have anything else to do but focus on business, because I just was not giving another man another time of day. Not so much because I was through with men, but because I was just going through this and the scarring was so bad. So that would also be how the Carter brand came to be, because, guys, when I tell you I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on every possible treatment that I could, it was ridiculous. From topical creams to candles to oils to baths to soaps to scrubs to camouflage, everything. And it just didn't work. Then I got to a point, and I mean, even in the summer, going back to the summertime, like I was so lucky. Like I was able to find bathing suits that was long sleeved. I started wearing beach pants, swim pants, because I wasn't gonna stop living. It was just and doing because I still had a life, but I just wasn't confident in it, and it was very, very depressing. It was very depressing. I cried a lot, a lot, a lot. So now that the summer started to go on, and the condition started to fade, the scars started to fade, I started to be more open with my arms because the condition wasn't that bad on my arms, the exposure. You'll see it more on the pictures, but you can see this is what's left of it. I was leaning on my desk, so sorry for the imprints, but I'm leaning on my desk. So that's what's left of the arm. So I started gradually exposing my arms. I still have not mastered the art of exposing my legs. I got a tattoo on one of my legs because that's where the scarring was. I'm going to probably get another tattoo as soon as this coronavirus is over on my left leg to cover up some more of the scarring. But with that being said, I'm kind of over it now a little bit. I just wanted people to know that there is a condition out here that you might not even know because the doctors don't even know that if they're not even aware, you know what I mean? If they're not aware of it, you think it's one thing and it's not. And if you go to one doctor, the doctor diagnoses you with something, and then you got to go back and be like, no, this can't be right. And I've seen some people on YouTube, and because I was doing a lot of research, I was like, what is lichen planus? And I didn't see a lot of Americans. It was more like India, foreign countries that experience this condition. So the moral to this story is pay attention to your body. Don't stress. And I am a high stress. I have a high stress level. Like I'm one of those people that just go, and I'm like, I can't, I gotta finish it, I gotta do it. So I'm always that type of person that I have to do something, I have to do it, and I'm worried about this being done or this being perfect. So I do stress a lot. If your relationship is not healthy, let it go. Because I also want to contribute the fact that there were signs all along in the relationship that indicated to me that, Deshonda, you need to stop. This relationship is no good for you. But I was just so focused on, nah, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna work itself out. And I do believe that the Most High was telling me, listen, since you're not gonna listen, I'm gonna have to show you, and I'm gonna have to slow you down. And me being as vain as I was, he attacked me. That's how people say, oh, God don't attack, and he don't. I would say he attacked me in the sense that he said, okay, I'm going to show you better than I could tell you. And it stopped me dead in my tracks. Because had I think this condition not happened, I would have still been in a relationship. I mean, eventually a relationship would have ended, because you guys don't even know the half of why it ended. But if a relationship would have ended, but I think I would have dealt with a little bit more instead of ending it when I needed to, if that made sense. You know what I mean? So with me having the condition and bringing everything to a standstill, of course there was not going to be a wedding. Even the wedding was already 10 seconds from being over, but that solidified it for me. Like, look, I'm not getting married. I need to know what's going on with me. My body, my condition, all that stuff took precedence. So during that time, of course, like I said, the relationship failed anyway. I did not go through with it, but I went through the agony and the uncertainty of what was going on by myself. And, I'm just lucky that I found the strength to keep smiling and keep going on. I finally did get in a new relationship. And I was really hesitant about that. I did not want to expose my body. I didn't. I was like, what am I gonna say? What is he gonna think? But luckily, by the great grace of God, he sent me a wonderful person. And this person is phenomenal. Like, we went away, the first time we went away, I was like, I can't go out here. I gotta go get my pants and stuff. He's like, take them pants off. I don't care. You out here with me. Show them legs. I don't care. And he just really helped me to build my confidence back. And that's why I'm able to tell you, because I want other women, and I'm not even sure if it's just a women's disease, but men could be suffering from it too. But anybody who has a skin disorder, and you're not sure on it, and you're not getting the help, or you're not getting the information that you need from your doctors, research Lichen Planus. If you've ever seen these lesions on your body and they're itching and they're scratching and the doctors are not doing nothing, research Lichen Planus. Okay? Like I said, I'm going to attach some photos, and hopefully I can arrange them, because I'm not really good at putting all these videos together. I just talk and share just when I can. But excuse me. I don't know which order the pictures are going to be, but my intentions is to find the picture from Mexico, which would be the last picture that I took with my legs being fully exposed prior to the Lichen Planus. Then I'm going to show a series of pictures of the onset, how they looked when I first got the condition. Then you'll see like some pictures with them diminishing. You'll see the decrease, the fading in the series of pictures. I still have scars. They're still there. And to be honest, I don't think they're going anywhere else. This is year 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, year 4. And they said give it up to 5 years. But with me being of a dark hue, it really may not fade. So, they say que sera, what will be, what will be. But at least I'm healthy. I was at a real bad point where I was, like I said, very, very depressed. But the Most High saw me through, sent me a wonderful man who loves me, even my scars and all, and who is being very supportive to me. So, yeah. But I think I kind of skipped over how the Carter brand was done. So just to go back, so when I told you I was spending thousands and 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 thousands of dollars on different trial and error to fade out and smooth out my skin, I came across a woman who made homemade topical everything. She made homemade everything: soaps, butters, bath scrubs. And she got quite a few of those thousands of dollars, right? So after it was all said and done and we started working together, and I was telling her, I was going to open up my glam truck, and I was like, I would love to have a gift to give to, the little girls or the women that come on the truck. So hence we came up with the Carter brand. So if you don't know what the Carter brand is, go to my Instagram page at Simply Carter Corp and check out what the Carter brand is. And those of you that know what the Carter brand is, that's how it came about. By me having my skin disorder and working with someone to try to help me get some of this scarring and itching down, we became really good friends, and we decided to build something together. Hence, the Carter brand was born. I hope you found this video interesting, informative. And if I didn't answer all of the questions, or if you've experienced if you experienced lesions that are going to be shown in this video, then, and you have questions, please, put them down in the comment section, because I can tell you, I understand it is a real trying time when you are going through something and doctors don't know what it is. And even though it may seem irrelevant to people because it seems like it's vanity and it's like, at least you're healthy, when you're first going through that, you don't know what it is. And that's the problem, because you don't know how it can take over your body. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm really lucky it just took over my arms and legs, but it could have taken over my stomach, my back, my face, But I'm here, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the most important thing is that it was informative to you. I hope I touched on everything pertaining to it. If I didn't, sorry. Stay safe and wash your hands.